Hello and welcome to From Garden to Plate. I am Alice Erickson. I want to inspire you to become an organic gardener and to become a house chef. And how I will do that is I will show you proven tricks and tips to get an amazing yield out of the garden because I have 20 years experience. I have literally tried them all. I also do simple things in between cooking that really implements flavor, and I want to teach you that. I like to take preserved items from the bounty of the harvest or fresh ingredients and implement into everyday delicious meals. If that interests you, please like and subscribe. And today's episode is going to be pretty cool. I'm going to show you how to take care of your berry plants and how to harvest the berries very gently. And I'm making blueberry muffins. Yeah! Organic gardening sure has its benefits. I got an amazing yield this year from the berry plants. So it is about just past mid-season, and when I noticed that I had the blossoms and the berries start forming, I did a second dose of berry tone. It is very important to do that because you got to understand, in order to create a berry or a flower, the plant has a need for lots of nutrients because it could stress it out. So if you give it what it needs, it's going to be a lot better. I have some raspberries ready to be taken. It's a very delicate process. Just gently tug and pull and leave that behind. I'll do it again. And that is what you harvest. I have some strawberries here as well. This is beautiful. Took that. This is a brand new cane to the blackberry. It is going towards the blueberries. They get between 6 to 8 foot tall in my garden. I won't get much of a harvest off of it because it is a new cane. Normally you get a decent yield between the second and third year, but if you do not prune your plants, it'll keep trying to send energy to the older canes. And the older canes don't give you as much of a yield, so therefore pruning is necessary. My blueberries, I'm going to be doing some harvesting, so I'll show you a nice close-up. I have some blueberries here to harvest. I'm going to very gently take them off. I don't want to hurt the plant and cause disease. It's like somebody was munching on there. I have been using neem oil to take care of the plants. It does work well, but sometimes things still get a little munchies. So here I go. I'm just finding my blueberries. I'm going to gently take them off the plant. What a beautiful color, that blue. Blueberry muffins with lemon. The lemon truly complements the blueberries so well. But all of us that are trying to stay fit and lose weight, we want something that tastes yummy but not the guilt. So my keto recipe is just that. Gives you a good amount of protein and MCTs. Yeah, from the coconut oil. These blueberries have been previously harvested, and I thawed them out prior to the recipe. It is incredibly important to make sure that if you have cooled your almond flour and you have refrigerated eggs, to let them get to room temperature before using them. You get a better bake that way. So how I actually harvested is I took the blueberries, I washed them with the vegetable wash, dried them thoroughly, took some parchment paper, lined a sheet just like this, put the blueberries right across, put them on the top shelf in my freezer, let them completely freeze, and then I put them into a freeze type container. And I get a taste that like I just picked it. It's absolutely the best way to harvest them that way. I wanted to go over a few of the ingredients and why they're important. Okay, when you make this recipe, you can use butter. And if you do, grass-fed, unsalted. You can melt it and use it. you will get a different texture. But why not make life easy? I used coconut oil that's been refined in order to be a liquid. The MCTs are high in this, so why not make it easy and better for the keto? Celtic salt is the best salt because of nutrition wise with the minerals, and they taste better because of the minerals. So why not use the best in your baking? For sure. The other thing is I use a keto sugar from monk fruit extract. It's basically the yumminess, but no, not the calories. So win-win. You start off with the blueberries. You just put them in the pot. Boom. Look at all those juices. Gently smash down to make them release their juices. I'm trying to get a syrup. I don't know if you've ever made jam, but sugar is what makes it a little thick. Pectin cuts down the calories too, though. I'm not using pectin though. Put in your sugar. And to make sure you got a good presence of lemon juice. Just squish it all together. You don't need to have this on long. The whole point is just to get the sugar to completely combine with the blueberries. So you let it sit there for a little bit, almost get to a point of simmer, and then you remove it and allow it to cool. You want it almost cool down to room temperature before you put it in your baked goods, because if it's hot, it messes up things. Don't want that. I know it sounds crazy, but put this right down on the granite. The granite will pull the heat right out of the pan for you while you get everything else ready. So, what I have here, I separate everything so that way it's easy, because your dry ingredients should be separated from your liquid. I got my almond flour here going with my big old bowl because it's my mixing bowl. Start off with that first. Coconut flour. Gonna have the sugar, which is the monk fruit sweetener. Baking powder. Then my Celtic salt. Right in. You want to mix this so that way it is evenly distributed. So you just put everything together and just mix it together. That's the idea. You don't want lumps of something in there because it won't bake properly. I'm going to make my wet ingredients now. So you start off with eggs. I have pasture-raised eggs here. They're the best in nutrition and flavor. You deserve the best. Why not use it? I have the coconut oil, my lemon extract, my vanilla extract that I made using bourbon. Oh yeah. So you just combine all that, loosen up those eggs. You don't want to over whisk them. You're just trying to combine everything here. Okay, so what you do is you slowly add in the dry ingredients to the wet. Because if you did it fast and all together, you're going to have an inconsistency combination. It is important with baking to be patient. Just slowly shimmy that in. Yeah. My first time making this recipe, I did not do well because I just poured all the blueberries right in. I was like, oh no, everything's blue. Yeah, it's pretty, but it's not as visual pleasing as doing the swirl. Almost there. I will finish off my dry ingredients combination. Make sure I have everything well combined before I add in my blueberries. You don't have a lot of batter here, so you don't need a lot of blueberries. So that's why I add them in slowly. And I have this nice little spout. Why not use it? Get the blueberries. It's the most important. I can drain some of this. I got enough liquid here to combine it to make the swirl. All right. Then you don't overly mix here. The whole idea is to have a beautiful combination of two colors. So I just take the spatula here and I just cut it through. Done. Don't overdo it. A spoon is much easier to control than a big spatula, so that's what I'm going to use to put it into my parchment paper muffin layer here. You just only want to fill this halfway, because if you put it up too high, it's going to go over and spill everywhere. No one wants that. So you get 7 out of this one recipe. So I just go in and I spoon everybody in. And the way I put it in here is to evenly balance with the baking, so I don't just randomly place it, mainly in the center and then right here. Oh, that was a big old scoop. Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be pretty. I have preheated the oven to 330 degrees and I will bake for 25 minutes. I just got these out of the oven and I'm gonna allow them to cool in the pan, and then I will take them and put them on the cooling rack completely. You let them sit in the pan for at least 15 minutes. It's gonna make sure those edges are nice and golden. That's what we want. Sally is in anticipation here. She's ready to grab them now. Time for the taste test. Oh yeah. Nice and brown. The edges are beautiful. Here it comes. The lemon finishes really nicely. This is not overly sweet, and you truly taste the blueberries very well. I hope your batch comes out just as amazing. Thank you very much for viewing today. Take care.